Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to see how many videos I had put out about, you know, getting those phone calls while black, those stupid phone calls. You notice they have taken those out of the news. You know why? It was embarrassing. They were really showing how petty and racist they were, and they know how bad it looked. That stuff went worldwide. And people got a good look at how petty many of these people conduct themselves and how they will call the police over shit that ain't even a crime. So I went back to look. AMC manager accused black man of sneaking in theater, which he had a ticket. Police called on a black man at Portland, Oregon hotel. Remember that one? Huntington Bank. This man went into the bank to cash a check and they called the police. This woman had the police called on her for speaking in Somalian. This is the black man that was babysitting two white children. A white woman called the police on him. Black man had the police called on him moving into his home. Delta called the police on a black woman that was trying to file a complaint. A Wisconsin assemblywoman was doing some canvassing in a local neighborhood. Police called. Black man walking to work. Police called on him. I just don't see how any of these things are threatening, but it's apparently threatening to them. Woman was smoking outside in a parking garage. She had the police called on her. White woman called the police over a wristband a black man had on. A white woman, a teacher, called the police over a black child wearing a bandana. And I remember in that video, even the white kids admitted they came to school with bandanas on and never had the cops called on them. Okay. Oh, yeah, this one, a black man was getting in his own car, and this white woman walked up with a phone accusing him of trying to steal his own car. A state senator was on the street canvassing the area, and this immigrant, sound like a Russian woman, uh, threatened to call the cops on him. Some of you might remember some of these. A black woman was waiting for Uber out in the rain. She was just standing under, a building for shelter. It had one of those sort of like a covering over the door where she could shelter herself. Woman threatened to call the police. So, Dollar General manager called the police on black woman for having too many coupons. A black man accused of breaking into his own business. That was out in California. I remember that one. I mean, so there's a lot. If you remember, there's a lot. Black man that was just sitting in his car listening to yoga CDs, white woman acting all hysterical, called the police. Chili manager called the police on black people because they were talking out in the parking lot. I mean, it goes on and on. I'm not going to go through the 4 pages of this. I mean, this is crazy. So this leads me to this story, ladies and gentlemen. This stuff has gotten so far out of hand. Don't think because you don't see it in the media that it is not going on. This stuff is still happening. They just took it out of the media because it became too embarrassing for white people. That's why it got removed from the media. So now this story came out, and this is from KTLA, May 27th, 2019. Proposed Grand Rapids ordinance would outlaw 911 call based on racial profiling. This should be in all 50 states. It seriously need to be in all 50 states because if you don't do anything to shut this down or make these people feel like if I call the police over something that's not even a crime, I'm going to get slapped with a hefty fine or whatever, you know. But something needs to be done because this is just beyond ridiculous. And we remember Barbecue Becky and, you can't sell water. You can't, I mean, next, I guess they're going to call the police because you're picking your afro outside. These people are ridiculous. The hashtag living while black went viral on social media in the past 2 years as videos proliferated of incidents around the nation in which white people called police on black people going about their everyday activities. The most well publicized episodes came last year, including two black men confronted by Philadelphia police after asking them to use the bathroom at Starbucks. And I remember that. And they kind of discussed me with that asking for a dollar crap. So, and then we had the black Yale graduate questioned by cops for napping in a dorm common room, and she lived in the dorm. A black man in Oakland whose wife filmed his encounter with a woman who dialed 911 to say he was illegally barbecuing in a park. A lesser known one took place in 2017 in Grand Rapids, Michigan, on a June afternoon when squad cars showed up at a park during a public park during a graduation party. The event was permitted. The attendees were mostly black, and they said a noise complaint against them was really about white residents who were uncomfortable with a large gathering of black people. That instance and another in September, in which police handcuffed two unarmed black 11-year-old brothers after a phone call reported a teen with a gun, added two complaints about race and 911 calls, as well as policing in Western Michigan. Now, the city's 200,000 could be among the first in the country to make such calls illegal. This should be nationwide. A proposed ordinance would make it a crime, so it will become a criminal misdemeanor to racially profile people of color, which I hate, for participating in their lives and subject people behind those 911 calls to a $500 fine. They really should up that to $1,000, in my opinion. See, the more you make them pay, the less likely they will do it. You know, I like I said, I think this is a good idea, but it needs to be nationwide. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, don't believe for one moment because they took this out of the media, this just died down. These people are still going strong with this stuff out in public. They are. They're still doing this crap. So it's good to see that at least Michigan is taking a stand in Grand Rapids to do something about these calls. Number one, they are unnecessary. How are the taxpayers benefiting from somebody making these little bonehead phone calls to 911? Because you don't like the sight of black people, we got to waste our taxpayer money on that? Get a shrink. Get some help. Leave black people alone. That's what you need to do. So get this in all 50 states, not just in Grand Rapids. All 50 states need these 911 calls and banning people from making these phone calls when nothing is going on. And it also shed the light on how America will persecute a Black person even if no crime is committed. I'm so glad this went out everywhere for everyone to see, because for too long, things have been blamed on us, and none of this stuff was ever our fault. This has been going on for centuries, y'all. It's just that now we're in the day and age of cell phones with cameras. We can now capture them in their evil. So keep filming this stuff and posting it on social media, because one thing it did do, it turned their lives upside down after they've done it. They lost their jobs. Some of them had to move out of their homes. They had to flee and disappear from the public. And that's exactly what should happen. Why should the person that wasn't doing anything wrong be punished, but this person gets to walk away like they did nothing? But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen, about this story. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.